This is Minister Sean back with another weekly snack. And I'm excited about this week's snack. This week's snack comes from Jeremiah 29, verse 11, and it reads, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans not to harm you, but to give you a hope and a future." Now I want to talk shortly from the subject. God has a plan. Family, just that one sentence changed my life. I'm glad today that God has a plan, because there are other people that have plans for us that are meant to harm us or block us, but God has a plan. Now I'm reminded scripture in Genesis 50 verse 20. Joseph said it to his brothers, "You meant it for evil, but God turned it around for my good." Now, as we look at Jeremiah 29:11, I want to remind you today that God has a plan for your life. And the plan is not to harm you. And what's interesting is when people try to harm us, they have to realize they're not the author and finisher of our faith. Let me say it in layman's terms. They don't have the whole wide world in their hands. But I'm glad the person that is the author of time, the creator of time, the father of time, has a plan for our lives. So no matter what the enemy or haters try to do, know that God has a plan, and that plan is not to harm you, but to give you a hope and a future. And I'm so glad today that even in the midst of crazy times, even in the midst of unpredictable times, even in the midst of times where we may have had Judases that have sold us out, we know that God has a plan for our lives. It's a plan for you to be a medical doctor, a lawyer, business owner, trendsetter, Instagram influencer. Whatever God has planned for you to do, it's for your well-being. So no, God has a plan, and it's not average, it's not mediocre, but it's great. So just know, God has a plan. God bless.